unfortunately, in the run-up to that Pran Pratishtha and that big event, we're seeing politics across the board. Political parties from within the opposition have come out one after another, listed their reasons as to why they object to this event. It's a BJP RSS event. It's a complete PR event, were some of the allegations that they made. Let's take a look at what the opposition is speaking of today, some of the comments that came to the fore today. Let's start with Udayanidhi Stalin, the minister in Tamil Nadu, who's come out and said that we don't have an issue with the temple in itself, but we do not accept the construction of a temple by raising of a mosque. Now, many would say that this temple is being built after a go-ahead from the Supreme Court. So, is Udayanidhi Stalin then questioning the highest court in this country? Udit Raj of the Congress party also came out and added his own twist. He says after 22nd of January, after the Pran Pratishtha ceremony, it is going to be Kalyug for Dalits, for OBCs, for tribals in this country. Shivpal Yadav, member of the Legislative Assembly in Uttar Pradesh from the Samajwadi Party, he came out and justified the firing on Kar Sevak in the 90s. He said that it was to protect the constitution. Everything was done by the law. There's absolutely no reason to question it. Sanjay Raut, Shiv Sena member of parliament from the Uddhav Thackeray faction, came out and said that this is just a BJP's mandir. This is not for the country. This event is just for the BJP and the RSS. He also then went on to ask if the Ram Mandir and the Pran Pratishtha ceremony was going to solve crisis that the country faces. He asked, will the Manipur crisis be resolved? Will Kashmiri Pandits get their homes or their lands back? What is this going to achieve is what they asked. Listen in to the controversial comments that came in today.
आपको अम्बेडकरवादी होनी चाहिए। हजारों वर्ष से दलितों को गांव के किनारे बसाया जाता था और परछाई से भी सवर्ण अपवित्र हो जाते थे। आज जो कामेश्वर चौपाल जी चमचागिरी कर रहे हैं, वो संविधान ने वो ताकत दिया, डॉक्टर अम्बेडकर ने ताकत दिया है। वरना भगवान राम कृष्ण ये तो हजारों वर्ष थे। क्या दुर्गति थी हम लोगों की, और हम लोगों का कलयुग शुरू होगा 22 के बाद।
அவங்களுடைய விருப்பம், அவங்க கரை சேவைக்கெல்லாம் ஆள்லாம் அனுப்பிச்சாங்க. கலைஞர் ஏற்கனவே சொன்னார், எங்களுக்கு நாங்கள் எந்த மதத்திற்கும் எந்த ஒரு நம்பிக்கைக்கும் எதிரானவங்க கிடையாது. அங்கே கோயில் வர்றது எங்களுக்கு பிரச்சனை கிடையாது. ஆனால் அங்கே இருக்கக்கூடிய அந்த மசூதியை இடிச்சிட்டு அங்கே கோயில் கட்டினது தான் எங்களுடைய எங்களுக்கு அந்த உடன்பாடு கிடையாது. நம்முடைய பொருளாளர் ஏற்கனவே சொல்லியிருக்கிறாங்க, ஆன்மீகத்தையும் அரசியலையும் ஒன்னாக்காதீங்கன்னு சொல்லுங்க.
कोर्ट के आदेश का पालन हुआ था। कोर्ट के आदेश का पालन, ये तो झूठ बोलते हैं। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के केवल झूठ बोलते हैं। जबरदस्ती वहाँ पर जब कोर्ट का स्टे था, यथास्थिति बनाए रखनी थी, तो बताओ वहाँ पर जो विवादित ढांचा था, जो बाबरी मस्जिद थी, तो बताओ उस पर जब इन लोगों ने तोड़ा था, तो वहाँ के प्रशासनिक की जिम्मेदारी थी कोर्ट के अनुसार यथास्थिति बनाए रखनी थी। तो किसने उस पर तो संविधान के उल्लंघन किया?
Prime Minister Modi, who is going to be a part of the Pran Pratishtha ceremony, who is going to be inside the sanctum sanctorum when it happens, has undertaken an 11-day Anushtan. Every single day since then, he's been speaking of how fortunate he finds himself that he is going to be a part of this historic moment. Earlier in the day, he released some commemorative postage stamps as well. There was a book on the Ram Temple showcasing Lord Ram's universal appeal that was released earlier in the day. It's dedicated to the Ram Temple. There are 6 stamps that represent key figures and elements from Ramayana that are part of not just the book, but also a part of the postage stamps that have been released. Lord Ganesh, Lord Hanuman, Jatayu, Kevat Raj and Ma Shabri are all represented in the book and in those stamps. Each of the stamp features a gold leaf. It's supposed to represent the sun rays. These stamps also depict the 5 physical elements: sky, air, fire, earth and water. There is a 48-page book that the Prime Minister released earlier in the day. It sheds light on the international resonance of Lord Ram, how there are multiple versions of the Ramayana, especially as far as Southeast Asia are concerned. The book showcases stamps by more than 20 nations, including the United States, New Zealand, Singapore, Canada, Cambodia as well. There is a universal appeal, is what the Prime Minister went on to say. As far as Lord Ram goes, it's not just India, not just devotees here, but in multiple parts of the world as well. Lord Ram and Ramayana have left an indelible mark. Listen in to the Prime Minister's video message that came to the fore right after he released those stamps.
साथियों, भगवान श्री राम, माता सीता और रामायण की बातें समय, समाज, जाति, धर्म और क्षेत्र की सीमाओं से परे हर एक व्यक्ति से जुड़ी है। सबसे मुश्किल कालखंड में भी त्याग, एकता और साहस दिखाने वाली रामायण अनेक मुश्किलों में भी प्रेम की जीत सिखाने वाली रामायण पूरी मानवता को खुद से जोड़ती है।
A message of peace, a message of Sabka Saath there coming to the fore while referring to Ramayana and to Lord Ram as far as the Prime Minister's message went. So why are we seeing opposition parties one after another coming out and making these controversial comments? Is there going to be a political consequence of this? We are just a few months away from the general elections. Is the opposition then finding new ways to trivialize this? That's the big debate on Plain Speak tonight. And joining me on this broadcast are spokespersons of the BJP, Siddharth Yadav, Professor Geeta Bhatt, an academician, will be joining us. Vivek Srivastava will be with me in the studio in just a few minutes. And CS Jha, leader of the UBT faction of the Shiv Sena, also joining us. CS Jha, I want to begin by asking you. We've seen the kind of comments that have come to the fore from Sanjay Raut. Now, Shiv Sena, the Uddhav faction, when in alliance with the BJP, would have tom-tommed about this happening if they were together. Why are we seeing such kind of comments now? The Shiv Sena very well knows what kind of sentiments go with this particular issue.
See, the first thing is that when this Ram Mandir movement was called on, it was the Bala Saheb who had called on this movement first, and thereafter BJP and other respective parties followed on. Now, the major thing is that since we are sitting in opposition, we have not been called upon in this function. Eventually, if it had been called upon, it has now become a political stooge for BJP. They are trying to show that faith is not above or the religion. It is the mandir, or it is the election, or it is the politics which is above all. And they are doing so by doing what? They have made a program which is clearly an RSS BJP sponsored program. Now, who is sitting in the respective trust? The trust is being run by the BJP. All the members, including the secretary, are from the BJP. Who is doing all this politics? Because they are knowing that they don't have any other issue right now to go into 2024 elections. So this is the major issue. So they are trying to diversify everything, and they are trying to show the world that Ram Mandir is all important and nothing else. And what work is being carried out by Mr. Modi? Nothing. He is sitting for 11 days in a mandir or doing puja, but he is not working for Manipur. He is not working for any other issue in the country. Why? Why such a stance? So this stance clearly shows that he is interested, the BJP is interested only to do politics on Ram Mandir and nothing else.
About the BJP doing politics over this, I'll have the BJP spokesperson Siddharth Yadav come on to it and respond to you. But Mr. Jha, as far as the invitation goes, like you said, maybe there are people linked with the BJP in the trust, but the trust has come out and invited people. It has also invited leaders of parties that you are in alliance with, many of whom, most of whom in fact, have rejected that invitation. But Siddharth Yadav, go ahead. This trust is made up of the BJP or BJP leaning people. So even though the invitation may have gone from the trust, it is doing the bidding of the BJP is the allegation.
No, I think it is the continued attempt by the opposition parties to belittle this historic moment which the country is witnessing today. And I think it is time that they understand the sentiment of the people of this country. It is not about BJP, RSS or the opposition. It is not about Hindu and Muslim. It is about our country. It is about Bharat. It is marking the journey of 500 years, more than 500 years, the sacrifices of lakhs and crores of people, the sacrifices of lakhs and crores of Sanatanis, of faithful Hindus who have stayed for so longer on this journey and waited that we will win this battle legally with patience. We have contributed, we have sacrificed, we waited. Rulers came from abroad, they attacked us, they looted us, they destroyed our temples, and the building of a Ram Mandir is, I think, a symbol of that regaining of that faith, the cultural faith of this country. If you want to undermine the cultural ethos of this country and you want to undermine what this country is feeling today, the sentiments of this country, it is up to you. But you want to boycott the event, go ahead and boycott it. The people of this country will boycott you very soon, because the people of this country are finally reclaiming what was lost for so longer. This mandir is the celebration. This mandir is the symbol of what the people of this country feel. So I feel if any attempt from any political party or from any opposition party if comes out and wants to belittle this historic moment by saying it is a BJP RSS event, the trust was like this was like that, I think it is shameful. It is belittling the sacrifices of so many crores of people who have sacrificed in this journey. And it is time that the opposition joins this joyous moment when the entire country, rather I should say the entire world, we are seeing celebrations in Cincinnati in minus 20 degrees Celsius. We are seeing that the Pran Pratishtha is going to go live on the Times Square. We are seeing Europe, UK, West of Asia, every country in this world celebrating with this the Pran Pratishtha that is going to happen on the 22nd, and the gaining of respect of our country because of what we have sold in our country in the past 10 years. Now we are not just a country which has its own problems, rather we are a country which is solving global problems. We are giving solution to global problems.
But as
if
far
the entire world is celebrating
as far as talking
with
about the Pran Pratishtha of the temple is concerned, like the BJP says, the world is celebrating it. We live in a democracy.
Right.
Vivek Srivastav, leaders from the opposition can make all sorts of comments that they want. There is free speech. But they surely do have to understand that this could have pitfalls. This could have political consequences for them.
See, you have to, tell the people what is right and what is wrong. That is also the duty of the leaders. It is not just asking for votes. They are doing this Ram temple Pran Pratishtha much before the due date. And these are not my words. These are the words of the Honorable Shankaracharya, Nishchalananji. He said that the Pran Pratishtha could have been done on 17th of April on the Ram Navami day. It has been preponed very conveniently by the Honorable Prime Minister and the BJP to suit their electoral gains. And why should I or anyone from the INDIA participate in a political event of a particular party? This is not an event of Ram. This is an event of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Honorable Shankaracharya Nishchalananji said, मैं वहाँ जाके क्या करूँगा? In Hindi, these are his words. He said, प्रधानमंत्री प्राण प्रतिष्ठा करेंगे तो क्या मैं तालियां बजाऊंगा वहाँ पे? All the four Shankaracharyas, nobody is going. Are they from the opposition parties?
But they also have come out and said that they do give their blessings to what is happening.
No,
There's also precedence to Pran Pratishthas happening in other temples on this country as well. So that is also something that most of the Shankaracharyas have come out and said that they are perhaps being misquoted by certain leaders within the opposition.
No, I mean, once they released their press releases and once they went online in front of the electronic media, the BJP went into a damage control exercise. They sent a whole contingent of people over there to beg the Shankaracharyas, please come. If they refuse to come again, and when they said if you cannot come, please give some clarifications. Shakal bache. This is what is happening. They are trying to sell the name of Ram for votes. That is what these people are doing, and they are making a fool of the people.
Give me an option to rebuttal.
Yes, Siddharth Yadav, go ahead.
Now, Poonam, it is very important to understand that the opposition is very conveniently trying to hide behind not just themselves, but their kukarms behind the Shankaracharyas. The Shankaracharyas have already given the clarification. I am a smaller man to comment upon that.
No, they are not coming.
But I just asked
one question. They are not coming. How many are coming?
More than 150.
How many are coming?
How many are coming? You made your point.
How many are coming?
And why not finish? Let him finish. I will give you time. I will give you time to rebut. Finish. Finish your point,
I am replying to that. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Don't. Yes, I am replying to that. More than 150 Mathadish, Jagat Guru.
I said Shankaracharyas. How many Shankaracharyas are coming?
All these sons, more than 4,000 sons.
How many Shankaracharyas are coming? They are boycotting.
Take from them.
Because you are a political event.
Examples, take from them.
And that is what I have said. Discussed. So don't try to hide it.
Sir, Mr.
They have exposed you. And you are calling only those Dharam Gurus who are loyal to you and who back for you in the elections. They are getting your votes.
Clarified. You want to hide your kukarms behind the
Shankaracharyas. You are very clear people.
That the people of this country
are going to be fooled. You are making it
sorry,
public.
Sir, the people are not
for elections.
I am very sorry.
Sir, आपने शंकराचार्यस का
And
बताया.
nobody.
How many are coming?
And I'll
Why not?
also reply you on that.
You don't have words.
I'll also reply you on that. Who says that it should happen on the on Ram Navami? Who says that? It is a Ram Mandir under the Ramanand sect. 22nd of January.
Shankaracharya from Uttarakhand.
When the Pran Pratishtha is going to happen, it is
Joshi
very
Math,
auspicious.
it is his statement. It could have been done on 17th of April.
I'm sure you would have
on the
torn your
records
clothes
and saying
and
it.
come out on Jantar Mantar.
And tell
You
me
know
if
it's
I'm
very
wrong.
auspicious. And that is why you are objecting to it.
I am
You know it's
objecting
very
to it because
auspicious
you are making
and still
Ram
you are
a
objecting to it.
political
That's
event.
even more shameful.
For you, Ram is not a matter of devotion.
Sorry,
it is
sir,
a matter of politics.
The country,
Who's
the people
making
of this
this a
country don't need
political
such
tool?
certificates
Who's
from you.
making this a tool for their political brownie points may be up for debate. But Geeta Bhatt, don't you think this takes away from the significance of the event that this is? It is something that is being talked of not just around the country but around the world as well. It is a culmination of a legal battle. There is a Supreme Court stamp on it as well.
Well, Pooja, both, I mean, from all respects, this Pran Pratishtha, which is taking place on 22nd of January, whether you look it from a legal perspective, whether you look it from a cultural perspective, from all perspectives, if you see, no one can in any way point a finger towards the building of the Ram temple and doing the Pran Pratishtha. Now, the problem here is that there are political parties who ideologically who do not believe in God, who believe in, in the theory of that religion is the opium of masses. Now, if those who come from this type of an ideological background, if they are going to, make comments on that, which religious leader is supposed to come and which religious leader is not supposed to come, I think the people know that
So,
the
Geeta, the
political
Shankaracharya
parties,
should
what
not
stand
come?
they
Are you
have
trying to
been
say that?
taking.
So,
I
Geeta,
did
the
not
Shankaracharya
interfere in
should not
between.
come?
Neither I have questioned you. Decorum. I mean, this.
And Geeta Bhatt has been
CPM,
patiently waiting on. Let her finish her point. I will come
Please
to you.
don't do it
No,
over
no,
here.
she.
No, the point here is that the point here is that the political whosoever is there, all these nasty comments that are being made. You see, the whole country is rejoicing with this 22nd January Pran Pratishtha that is supposed to happen, and people can see through these jealous comments which are coming from the opposition parties. Someone can ask the
you should have asked the Prime Minister not to participate, and you should have.
You talk so much about the.
You should have made it a non-political event. Why did you make it a political event?
Of the Hindus. What
Geeta,
happened to
Geeta,
the?
it has become a political event. Don't you agree?
What happened to the sadhus
Geeta,
in
you
Palghar?
made it a political event by sending the Prime
between,
Minister.
when Mr. Uddhav Thackeray was the Chief Minister over there. Now, the point is that your actions have to speak. Actions speak louder than the words when it comes to standing with the Ram temple.
No, Geeta, everybody is
And
with Ram
over
in the
the
temple.
decades,
Nobody is against
how
Lord Ram.
the
We are
political parties,
against
especially those who are
your
in the
concept of Ram.
opposition,
We are not
what
against
was
Mahatma
their
Gandhi's
stand?
concept
People
of
have
Ram.
already
Ram.
seen.
That Ram was
We have
different. Your
seen
Ram is
now
different.
Vivek Srivastava has even said
Where we have
nobody is
seen
against
where
your
the Congress
Ram.
party stands.
Ram is only
Everyone
ours, you want to
knows
say.
that
So
what
who exactly
efforts
is
are being
politicizing
made?
Ram and
My
making this a
goodness.
political event? That's really the question that the people of this country are also asking. We've been Vivek Srivastava in Ayodhya. Our team is there speaking to the people who've come from kilometers away. They find themselves at the receiving end of unnecessary criticism like this as well. They want to be a part of something that means a lot to them. Their faith is being questioned is what they feel when comments like this come to the fore.
If the Prime Minister had not participated, if it was not a BJP, RSS sponsored kind of an event, there would have been a greater celebration maybe. But then by his participation, the Prime Minister has made a political
But the
statement.
other party leaders were also invited to participate in that event. They chose not to go.
Even the Shankaracharya said हम क्या ताली बजाएंगे जब प्रधानमंत्री प्राण प्रतिष्ठा करेंगे जब when Shankaracharya ने बोल दिया तो इससे बड़ी और क्या बात है?
Yes, Siddharth Yadav, go ahead.
Can I come in?
The people.
Professor Bhatt, I'll get you in. Siddharth Yadav, 30 seconds. Professor Bhatt, I'll get you in.
I just take 30 seconds.
Yes,
I'll
go
just say three things. Number one, the people who have always abused Shankaracharyas are now suddenly concerned about what the Shankaracharyas are saying. People like Vivek Srivastava, who always stood, all communists who always stood against Shankaracharyas are now suddenly convinced. But leave that. On your show today, Vivek Srivastava said, It is not about your Ram.
Yes.
It is about your celebration.
Your Ram is not
Whose
Mahatma Gandhi's Ram.
Ram is of this country.
Modi's Ram
Your
and Gandhi's Ram are different.
Ram is of this country. Ram is
stand
one.
by
Ram
it.
is eternal. Ram is
Mahatma
Sanatan.
Gandhi's Ram
is
stood for
Puratan.
all perfection,
Nobody is asking for
protection
your
for all,
comments, sir.
unification of the
that.
country,
But finally,
taking all religions and castes together.
And let's not try and
Should I have the
let's
opportunity to
not
convey what I'm saying?
try
Or
and
is this gonna
appropriate
happen like
anything
this?
that's happening. Like I said, it's the matter of faith of thousands and thousands of people
I'll just take
who are
5 more
being a
seconds.
part of this event that happens. Several people who even walked for thousands of kilometers to get to Ayodhya, even as we speak. But Siddharth Yadav, yes, 30 seconds before I get in, Professor Bhatt, I'm running short of time.
Yes, I just take 5 seconds, and I would request that I'm not objected while I'm speaking. Finally, my third point is, like Vivek Srivastava said, if the Prime Minister had not participated in this Pran Pratishtha, so and so, so and so and so and so. It is the habit of this opposition. They have seen this way. Jawaharlal Nehru refused to participate in the Pran Pratishtha of Somnath Temple.
Don't say that it is a habit
They
of
know it, we won't go. They have never went because they never believed that Indians could do anything. And I believe you, Poonam, I bet on your show. If Makkah and Medina would allow Hindus to go in there, people of non-Muslim faith, these guys are the first one who go there to get the secularism certificate.
Mr. Jha, then I want to ask you, if there's nothing auspicious about the 22nd, if there is no big deal of why it should happen on the 22nd, it's a completely political event, why are we seeing Uddhav Thackeray at a temple in Nashik then? Why has he chosen that particular day to do this?
Yes, because we were involved in the movement and we were doing the same for the Hindutva.
So you would want to be a part of the event, but unfortunately you have allies who don't, so you're like, you can't do anything about it. Is that it?
Yes, we are visiting the temple and we have genuinely called upon this Ram temple. We believed in the faith. We believed in all the people's belief that Ram temple will be someday or the other, it will happen. But it is now, we have not objected on going to the Ram temple. We have said that on 22nd, we will not go. But after 22nd, each and every party is saying that we will visit the Ram temple.
Sure. And everyone's free to visit whenever. But I want to let Professor Bhatt have the last word on the show. I'm completely out of time, ma'am. But unfortunately, we are seeing this kind of politics and that really takes away or undermines. Do you think, unfortunately, just to keep the momentum going towards elections, we are seeing the opposition come out with comments that trivializes this?
Yes, in fact, Pooja, in fact, political parties should have, risen above their very, narrow mindset, because this is such an occasion. For 500 years, this nation has waited for this particular day, and it could have been, they would have actually gained a lot of respect among the people. Had those who have been given the invitation had not rejected it and had accepted and gone for this particular Pran Pratishtha. But it is very unfortunate that this is, but at the same time, you see, looking at what is happening all around.
You have already made the Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji bigger than the Shankaracharya today. He is the new Dharam Guru.
Absolutely. His lost glory being reclaimed is what many believe. Whether this is going to have consequences electorally or not, whether we like it or not, it definitely is going to have. Which way that happens is something that we will find out sooner than later. Unfortunately, I'm completely out of time. I have to leave it at that. I thank you all for joining us here on this debate of Plain Speak.